Hello, hello, and welcome back. Magdalena Grace here, getting you ready for the week ahead, the week of April 14th through the 20th. It's actually still, I'm recording this on the full moon day, so I just want to give a couple reminders about how the full moon energy of this weekend is still going to be riding into the next 30 days. So you will potentially have an impact in what's coming up for you this week. So just remember that what you let go of today, what you release that no longer serves you in regards to relationships, balance. I did a full moon reading and ritual and whole ceremonial thing. That's the last video. So please, if you get this in time, you could actually do this Saturday, Sunday. Heck, if you feel like doing it on Monday, go for it. So I'm a runes divination reader, and I just started actually during eclipse season as it ended. That was one of my new moon intentions from last month, to do weekly readings and to be able to help you have some additional divination yourself in learning how to navigate these energies and to be able to trust yourself in your health, your wealth, your relationships, whatever's going on for you, because we are in a planetary awakening and it's pretty intense. If you're normally watching me, this is what I normally see. What you see behind me is what I'm normally looking at. I have an event here tomorrow in my healing sanctuary. I am the founder of Lotus Throne Coaching, which is global. And then Healing Sanctuary is here in person in Southern California. So if you're wondering what the heck is going on, what's behind me, that's what's behind me. So again, this is about the energies of the 14th through the 20th as a transition out of the full moon weekend. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull the 3 runes. I've already cleansed and cleared the space. You just sit back and relax and receive what the runes get to say today. So I'll pull them first, leave them there. I'm using my homemade out of wood, out of hickory runes that my friend Jared May made for me. If you have questions about them, feel free to reach out. I can connect you if you'd like your own wooden homemade set. Okay, wow. All right, so this is interesting. We also have, just so you're aware, and I'm not an astrologer. I always want to remind people of that. I am a mind, body, spirit alchemist who leverages the power of the full moon, new moon, and have runes and other kind of witchy tools, which is as above, so below, as within, so without. So like the shadow work and meditation and working with animal medicine and plant medicine and all sorts of things, to help really time my best life and just be really more sacred. Every day is a ceremony in my world, and really be more intentional to my surroundings, to my senses, and all of these things. So I can make better decisions, not operating from trauma responses, not operating from other people necessarily, not making decisions based on only what I can see in the visible space, but really tuning in to that intuition. So as you receive these, I'm going to show them to you in no particular order. These can be upside down, aka reversed, and then they can actually be just regular. So here's the first one. This talks about how things are flowing out of last week as we begin beginning part of the week. So just take a look at this one first. And admittedly, I'm cheating a little bit because I haven't pulled this one reversed very often. So this is again coming out of last week. This is Thurisaz reversed. If you want to write that down, if you don't know what that is, that's fine. And then this is interesting. This is actually, I'm trying to make sure I flip it right for you. So this is Kanaz. And if you've been following me, I've been pulling Kanaz quite a bit. So I'm going to explain them in a second first. I just want you to get a look at them. Kanaz. And it's Kanaz actually reversed. That's the beginning of the week, beginning to middle, and then this is her throw also. I think that it's reversed. So I have to take a look at it again. Just pull this, it's per throw. Yeah. And that's towards the end of this coming week. Now, the interesting thing about what's coming up ahead, there's also a big Saturn conjunction, once in a lifetime event. Again, I'm not an astrologer, so follow the lunatic astrologer. She's my favorite. She's been a guest on my show. So starting on Monday, this is just for your own awareness. We go from full moon in Libra with major releases this weekend to boom, Monday, Saturn goes conjunct with the North Node in Pisces. And so it's like a karmic event. It's a once in a lifetime event because it's an 11-year spread. The last time we had a North Node shift in Saturn specifically is what we're talking about was 2013. So roughly 11 to 12 years ago. And that was in Scorpio. So this is in Pisces. So again, go and check that out on the Lunatic Astrologers channel. But basically, thinking about going back to what is Thurisaz. So normally, and this goes really, actually reminds me a lot of last week's reading. Thurisaz is Thor's hammer. Thurisaz is being able to, oh gosh, hold on a second. This is really happening in real time. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I have to grab my charger. Hold on one second. This is so funny. This happens once, like in every 6 shows. This is a good metaphor because this full moon has been supercharging me. So I'm not going to lie, I almost didn't record today, even though I had this scheduled. Okay, now I'm back. So I almost didn't record this because I had a very supercharged couple of days leading into this full moon. So here we are. I'm grounded, right? So this was again Thurisaz reverse. If you don't know what Thurisaz is Thor's hammer. When it's upright, it's about fighting for justice. It's fighting for the greater good. If you think of Thor, you know, he's the god of thunder. He is wanting to make change for the better. So now, when it's reversed, it's not necessarily making change for the worse. So it's not the exact opposite. But the main idea behind it is there is adversity. And you may not actually be able to fight it. And this is heading out of the full moon. So just remember, this is temporary. The runes are always honest. And this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. I always remind people, take the best, leave the rest. But the main idea here is that there may be some injustice, some adversity. My reminder to you is, and I'm personally going through that, there's always a silver lining. And if you have faith and trust and hope, there's always going to be a silver lining outcome. So just know that if this full moon is bringing up a lot of chaos, which full moons do, I already heard from someone on the last recording that the full moon on the ER was fuller than normal, which is all of the things that happen around the full moon. So there may be adversity for you coming out of this full moon, but trust the process. This is a reminder also to have prayers of protection. Wear stones, crystals, do your ritual and ask for protection. If you're catching this, you know, on Saturday or Sunday, you can still have time to do a full moon ritual, ask for protection. So that's heading out of the full moon into kind of sort of the start of the week. And then, so this is, oops, sorry. I'm still getting used to working with these. So this is Knaz. So Knaz in its reversed form, I don't think I've ever actually had that on here before. So if Knaz is like its regular way, you're actually going to have all sorts of enlightenment, aha moments, things along those nature. You're going to have like fire, like lighting you up. But the main idea behind the reverse of that is basically that there is, even though there's not that clarity, there's not a fire lighting you up. Don't be afraid. Don't worry about the instability or if there's a breakup going on in your life. Don't worry about it. Be patient and expect a change for the better because you may not be seeing the way out. um, you may, and again, I can relate to this so much, so hopefully I'm not influencing reading too much. But basically you're going to have to just have faith. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If there's a breakup or instability or some kind of situation going on, if you feel like there's some heat rising, but there's no enlightenment, there's no understanding, like why is this happening? It's just because ultimately there's something beyond your control. You're not supposed to see the outcome. It's going to again be a good outcome for you. So I hope that makes sense. And this is again for the beginning of the week. Don't despair, have faith, but just know that you may not see because the light isn't enlightening you. It's actually the opposite of that. So now what we have is Perthrow. So now this is an interesting one because Perthrow, I think we just had this one in was it yesterday? But the main idea with Perthrow is normally it's like taking a risk, gambling, going to the blackjack table. There's a mystery about it. There's uncertainty about it. But when it's reversed, it's a little bit of a different flavor. So it's no less mystical and no less mysterious. It could actually be even much um, darker, even under much more unknown. The good news with this is there could be, and I know this sounds maybe, I don't know, could come across as scary or uncertain, but I'm always wanting to spin this in a positive way. It basically means that you may, kind of like when you have shadow work or when you have something bad happen, it can be hard to accept at first. So it's preparing you. That's why I love the runes. They're always honest. It's preparing you to accept that there are higher forces at play that's actually trying to quote unquote get rid of, or something is dying in your life that you don't really need. Okay, so sometimes these readings can be a little hard to swallow, but the main idea here is that you're going to be able to overcome this. It's like a death of the past. It actually it's still, even though I am pulling this on the full moon, so it kind of sounds like it's still connected to the full moon energies. It's just basically saying let that shit go. Maybe you did something, you said something that you regretted. Maybe get some more clarity and meditate on the second half of the week. Don't run from your past. Don't hide. Try to confront it like the shadows. And you will actually, once you do that and you shine a light on it, then you're going to be able to relax, surrender. There's new things coming, even though it also means that the future may not be known yet. So have faith. It's all going to come together for your greater good. So again, Thurisaz is reversed, Cana is reversed, and Perthrow reversed. I've never had an all three runes reading where they were all reversed. This is the first time ever, but we are in new times, changing times. So I'm going to do a clarifying card from the goddesses, gods, and guardians. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for the week ahead based on the energies of April 14th through 20th as we come out of this full moon? Who wants to speak to us today? Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So we're definitely being still influenced by the full moon. So this is Mawu Lisa, and it says balance, which is Libra, Mawu Lisa, which is a balanced energy. So I've never actually pulled this one before, so this will be my first time. And you can see there's the light and the dark, the moon and the sun. And that's actually a new moon. So maybe this is also telling us something to prepare us for the new moon in 2 weeks. Create your energy, seek harmony and cooperation. This is a great one, especially if you are ending some things, a toxic relationship, or you're just letting go of those attributes and triggers of the relationship. It's opening up to something new, right? And Libra is all about balance and harmony. Mawa Lisa is a supreme being with origins in the ancient West African kingdom of Dahomey and is neither male nor female. Really cool. So non-binary. This is amazing. The Homean legend says that in the beginning of everything, there was Mau Lisa, who had two faces. Mau, a woman, is the female side of the god, and her eyes are the moon. So I'm going to show that to you again. Her eyes are the moon on the female side. And Lisa is the male side of God, and his eyes are the sun. So Mau is the woman, Lisa is the man. This androgynous deity reminds us that balance is a central principle of the universe. So it says, take a deep breath and come back to center. You may be feeling scattered, pulled in every direction. Visualize your energies being gathered back to you. You need peace and personal balance. Stabilizing your energy is a priority to avoid becoming overwhelmed or burned out. So again, stabilizing your energy is a priority to avoid becoming overwhelmed or burned out. So also think about that this week based on this reading. That sounds like very important reminders. Excuse me. Mawa Lisa represents equilibrium, moderation, and peacekeeping. They deliver a message to remain calm and composed even in extreme situations. It's not healthy for your nervous system to be perpetually in firefighter mode, nor is it sustainable. I think I'm coughing because I need to let some of that out of my throat. Wow. Don't add fuel to the fire. Consider everyone's point of view and make a balanced and fair assessment. Cooperation and harmony are key principles of this card to be inclusive and work together. It could be that unchecked egos, dramas, and gossip are at play. If you're being distracted and pulled off center by energy sapping or toxic situation, both in the real world and online, make a conscious effort to create distance. And I'm definitely doing that myself right now. Don't allow yourself to be energetically or emotionally drained. Protect your inner balance as it's from this calm, harmonious state that you'll be strongest and wisest. I'm going to say that again. Don't allow yourself to be energetically drained or emotionally drained. Protect your inner balance as it's from this calm, harmonious state that you'll be strongest and wisest. So on that note, I'm going to play my drum and tone the runes to you. I always try to keep it to 3 minutes or less, so you can close your eyes and just simply receive. If you've done this with me before and you want to, sing along. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale and exhale. One more, take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Close your eyes if you like. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Close you with a reminder to be intentional this week. Be aware, meditate every day on these messages if you like. Getting into your daily sacred practice is something you're going to hear me talking more and more about so that you can be in alignment with your truth and time your best life. Until next time, everyone, here's to your best health, your best wealth, your best relationships, by trusting your best wisdom within. As I always say, the best is yet to come. See you next time. Have a great week.
Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Hire Magdalena for a runes reading or healing session by emailing support@microdosingforhealth.com.